Now in the summertime, there's nothing more refreshing than jumping in a cold pond or stream or just laying there and let the water flow over your body. But sometimes you don't have the time to go and do that when you're at camp. You have other things going on. So maybe it's the morning and you just want to freshen up, or you're washing dishes and you don't want to be down in the ground. There's a whole bunch of things. So I'm going to show you today how to make a really easy wash station, something that I've had built at different camps. But today we're going to build one here at the yurt. So if I want to get cleaned up winter, spring, fall, whenever, put some water in the basin and we're good. First thing that we are going to need, 3 poles. 2 of them need to be long. I'm going to say higher than yourself if you're going to do it the way I'm doing it, and in the other one, about as high as your chest. All right, so I gathered my 2 super long sticks, my shorter stick, and what we're going to do at this point is we are going to add a lash to this. We're going to create a tripod, but the tripod's going to have these 2 long ends. Now, you don't need to put a full-blown tripod lash on here. You can use our quick lash because we're not going to have a load of weight on here. But this is one of those things, again, if you want to go through and put that full lash on, be my guest by all means. Now, what you also need to realize is the top where my hand is right now is the small stick. So we're going to go in the middle of that, okay, stick. That's where the lashing is going to go. So we have a lot of branch up above that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this right here. I'm going to tie my quick lash on, so really easy, just wrap that thing around, knot it off, and then take my small stick and spin it. Alright, so at this point now I'm going to open up my tripod. This is always, as normal, going to take a little bit of playing around to get that right angle, to make everything set right. Now, it's going to look a little bit awkward. We have these 2 big ends right here. We have this opened up. And as you look at this, you might be thinking, like, what is actually happening right here? So at this point, you are going to need a couple other supply, well, one other supply. And that's your wash bin. Now this thing's like just a big bread bowl, but these things work absolutely great. They're stainless steel. They don't get destroyed if they stay out in the weather. They hold a lot of water. They're great for dishes and just washing up. So as you can see now, our wash basin fits nice and secure inside there, but we're gonna do some more work up here to make this just a little bit more convenient for us. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come up with our saw. Now this is gonna be somewhat technical for some people, so just bear with me and take your time when you do it so you don't mess this up. You wanna come up about a foot off of your basin itself, and you wanna make this V-notch that it faces the other V-notch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in here and I'll actually cut this thing backwards so you can see it. So I'm gonna come up about a foot, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start to cut. Now I don't wanna cut too much because I don't want to cut through. So I just wanna cut enough that it gives me some area to work with here. Just like that, simple notch, okay? I'm gonna leave that here. I'm gonna measure up approximately, cut about the same. All right, so you might be looking now and thinking, why did we do that? Well, we're actually gonna flex these 2 branches inward. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some line, whatever kind of cordage you have around, and what I wanna do is I wanna make a continuous loop right around the height of where I cut those notches. So in my case, I'm really close, so that's gonna work out perfectly. I already have a stop knot put in here. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie this together, and right there, now I have this continuous loop. So I'm gonna place this over one side, okay, and I'm gonna start to work each side in. As you can see, that is working in, all right. And now I can square this off. All right, so it's starting to look a little bit better. Okay, now I'm gonna take another stick and I'm gonna use it as a cross member here. Now this is totally additional and this is totally just for comfort's sake. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna lash this on just really quickly. However you wanna lash this, again, there's no right or wrong way. Just lash the thing on there and have fun with it. So I'm gonna come in about here. The first one's always the toughest one to get started, but then after that, you're usually pretty good. All right, now I'm actually even gonna trim this side down just a little bit. All right, and just like that, we built ourselves a nice wash station. Now, you didn't think I was gonna let you down like that, did you? Okay, so if you're doing self-maintenance and you have your towel or your wash rag, okay, we have a nice area away from the water now to hang that. You can also take something like I have right here, which is just a mirror that I brought along with me, okay, and we can take this and we can place this thing right onto our line. So now what that's going to do is that's going to give us a way that we can inspect ourselves, not only to look good for camera, but also when we're cleaning up, just to make sure that if we had something in our eye or we had any medical things going on, it's good to just examine yourself once in a while, just to make sure that you're absolutely not falling apart. So we can tie this thing on here just like that. And now we have a full-blown wash station. Now, honestly, the other cool thing with this is with this rack here, you can hang utensils. So as you're washing stuff, you can hang your cups. We have a line up here that if you have plates with any kind of like lanyards or anything on them, you can hang that. You can hang again off this side, whatever you would need. So there is a lot of functionality here. All your wash water is right here in the middle, and you're good to go. So that's our Bushcraft wash station. I was getting tongue twisted there, but this thing works really, really well. I mean, honestly, give this one a shot if you have a stationary camp. Like I said earlier in this video, in the wintertime, you throw some hot water in there and you get cleaned up outside of camp. And then in the summer, cool water, you know, it's just comfortable to get washed up like that. And it's great for dishes. People don't feel like they're down in the dirt putting clean dishes in the mud. So really easy, simple, and this is a great project to teach you material selection, different bindings, lashings, knots, cord selection, and then just the mechanics of getting stuff right while you're out here. So give this one a shot, or add it to your toolbox so you have it. This will really make you like feel the spirit of Nesmith and Kephart when you're done this one. So this was Dan Wowak with Coalcracker Bushcraft. As always, check us out at coalcrackerbushcraft.com. Until next video, stay clean with your wash station in the woods.